We just spent 60 days in isolation, at home, quarantined, like everyone else. We've been journaling, we've been observing ourselves, everyone, everything.
We've learned a lot about ourselves that kind of surprised us.
For us, this disruption to life as we knew it has not at all been what we expected.
In a way, this lockdown has been a worldwide mental health experiment. You may be feeling the same way.
Here's how 60 days in quarantine affected us, which may help give you some insight into your own experience.
New decade, bro. New decade.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to 2020, the best year of everyone's life. I can feel the energy. Everyone has the same energy about 2020. No more slacking off, no more laziness. It's time to go.
Every new year, there's a new year, new me mentality. This year felt different. We actually meant it.
There was momentum in the economy.
The U.S. economy grew at an annual rate of 4.1%. That is the strongest quarter of growth since 2014.
And momentum in our spirits. We were all going to work harder than ever before at destroying our goals, reposition our lives to places we had only dreamt about. And we were all collectively in sync on the singular mission. A locomotive train of ambition plowing through 2020. Unstoppable.
Oh, look at this, Methodbox. Hey, I love this, man.
My buddy had just come to visit, and we had gushed over how busy our calendars were going to be.
We're gonna find you a good orange.
Bam! We're in North Hollywood, Fred.
Yes, we are, walking the streets.
Been here for exactly, 1 hour?
Yeah, and I got a little margarita.
Let's see what the 30 looks like.
We were in the process of converting our house into functional film sets for our video rollout at the time,
Trying to find a specific spot within this house to shoot.
which is kind of ironic. I was painting my room,
Then I'm gonna turn this room into a studio.
building furniture,
Here are the blueprints.
making frequent stops to Home Depot,
I've condensed it, but it's about 2 minutes.
picking up client work, and working as a server at a Middle Eastern restaurant.
I should be at home a little early today. It's Sunday.
We had just put out a
are
challenge on our
hosting a
YouTube channel.
A music score challenge.
Our goal was to produce and post videos on a weekly basis.
Even though we didn't know where we were going to find the time, nor did we really have a solid idea of our identity as a channel.
We were busy bees.
Happy.
And then,
As we come on the air tonight, much of America shutting down. The outbreak spreading across the U.S.
As the virus continues to spread, so does fear.
This level 4 is usually reserved for countries with a state of war.
If you're talking about the virus, no, that's not under control for any place in the world.
How many Americans have this without even knowing?
There are likely thousands of cases.
I'm officially declaring a national emergency.
How serious is this? This is going to unfold for months.
Things are definitely going to get worse before they get better.
Just like that, the unstoppable train was forced to come to a halt. Cue the 5 stages of grief.
In the beginning, denial.
This video's almost done. I'm 9 minutes in. And it's 14 minutes? So a little 1.5 minutes. What'd you say he's doing? He's blowing insulation?
Yeah, it shouldn't take them too long.
Did you hear that they canceled the NBA season?
Dude, I can't believe that.
I know, you think it's just a big overreaction?
I don't know. Are you going to go to work today?
Probably. I mean, we still have customers, like takeout orders.
You think that's a good idea?
It's probably fine. As the days went on, we needed distractions.
She wanted to shut down a zoo, and he wanted her gone.
It's kind of crazy to think that about a week ago, we didn't even know who Joe Exotic was.
We needed to fill our time.
We needed memes.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real!
I get corona. I'm not gonna let it stop me from partying, you know.
Get drunk before everything closes.
It's cold, it's raining, it's day 4 of quarantine.
I don't know about you guys, but being cooped up inside all day, it's kind of making me crazy.
We're talking to our parents every day.
So far, this soap is my favorite. It makes my hands smell like orange blossom.
At this point, we're just trying to find a new normal.
Now more than ever, we have to take precautions.
We're in a collective funk.
We were living in a dream.
A dream that we'd continue to compose with music. Your social calendars are busier than ever.
In here today, Quarantunes.
As DJing events turned into DJing Instagram live streams.
Coronavirus!
And work meetings
The smart crate.
turned into video conferences. And editing at cafes
Chicken and cookie interview, which is half an hour long,
turned into editing from home. Our initial shock devolved to pure escapism.
And so, we coped. A new normal.
That's for America? Or?
Yeah, this is a total death. It is 251K. This is how many people have it.
Breaking news today on the coronavirus pandemic, with more than 19,000 people now having died here in the United States from COVID-19. That death toll higher than any other country.
Death.
China vastly understated its own death toll in the pandemic. The true number of dead in Wuhan could exceed 25,000. That is roughly 10 times what Wuhan reported.
We are extending the Safer at Home order until May 15th.
Devastation.
The word that I keep telling and saying is horrific.
This was unlike anything anyone had experienced in their lifetime.
Many American small business owners say they're very worried about survival.
An additional 3.8 million Americans filed for unemployment claims. That brings our 6-week total to over 30 million Americans.
The world was weeping.
Thousands of people are lining up outside distribution centers all across this country just to feed their families.
A wake-up call. Life can get real quick.
Coming on the air at this hour with breaking news there, Wall Street ending one of the worst weeks of trading since the financial crisis in 2008. The stock market free fall, by day's end dropping nearly 3,000 points, its worst point loss.
We knew that we were extremely fortunate that we nor our family had been affected in any significant way.
A U-Haul and a trailer full of bodies.
But for you to get on the bus and cough without covering up your mouth, and you know that we in the middle of a pandemic, that lets me know that some folks don't care.
Sadly, Jason Hargrove was infected with the coronavirus. He got sick and he died Wednesday night.
The U.S. can look to the international community for how successful martial law may be in combating the virus.
Living in a state of unknown brought fear.
They say the companies aren't properly protecting them from the coronavirus.
Hundreds of protesters rush into the streets, frustrated with California's stay-at-home order.
We have holed up for over 40 days, and it's not okay.
This is a conspiracy theory, not real. What's our plan? Do we let people know?
What kind of conspiracies? About the pandemic?
Yeah.
We worried, always unsettled, always anxious, wiping everything.
It wasn't too long before when in isolation, mental health isn't the best. All right, Fred, you've been in LA for approximately 1 hour.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years to the year that this guy's been out here. So what is it that you want to get out of this week, Fred?
Well, I want to meet some new people. I want to go to the Comedy Store.
He wants to go see Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
The main thing I want to do is bond with this guy. How often we took for granted the human touch. A hug. I miss hugs. We're gonna see how this goes. Sharing a personal space.
Oh, you're gonna end the game that way too.
A touch of the face.
Social media is now the only connection.
Lost. In time.
Alone with your thoughts.
And the most dangerous thing you can do is lose control of your emotions or let your emotions take over your decision-making cycle, which is what I see people doing, and it's so dangerous.
Yeah, it's a fear cascade.
Fred! This Comedy Store.
It's an awesome moment right now.
The powerful Joe Rogan. I really got into stand-up comedy, and now here's the place.
Fred, you made it.
I did, finally.
Was guilt-free lockdown really guilt-free?
Sleeping in.
Slowly expecting less and less of ourselves.
No sense of consequences.
Eating worse, forgetting our personal projects.
No longer accountable, and happening to the entire world at once. Alone together.
Was this really going to define how we spent this time? Nothing to show?
If only I had time. Everyone's favorite mantra. Is time really what we wanted? Or is that just the perfect excuse that we needed? What is it about our goals, our actual expectations, that we're so afraid of? Life was gonna be like this whether we wanted it or not.
How we handled this time exposed us. This was a test of character.
This was a reset. We had to let go.
This is an amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They're basically putting you in creative jail. We could look at this like some doomsday shit, or we could look at this like, oh my God, I'm gonna create.
There's no wrong way to experience quarantine, they say. For us, we lacked our focus and our motivation. We needed a glimmer of our old lives back.
Creative activity a day keeps depression at bay.
Our productivity, our creativity, our sense of purpose.
New normal? We could still redefine it. For this, we needed structure.
We had been looking at this all wrong, seeing this as a prison and pretending we were alone. At least we had each other. Accountability.
We had been given the luxury of time, a gift. This could be the lens that we saw this whole situation through.
Analyzing and adjusting is how do you make your content bombs? I want case studies.
Right.
You are our case study. It's so important for me to have you succeed.
This forced momentum stop was causing us to actually stop, to breathe, to analyze ourselves.
We all need to be thinking bigger. We're storytellers. Why aren't we telling stories? Like, you guys are so fucking
What were we doing with our time before this pandemic?
There is a difference between being busy and productive. And for the biggest eye roll of them all,
had we even been working in the right direction, focused on the right goals? Were we moving without thinking?
Actions never lie. How we were living our lives day to day told us everything that we needed to know about our priorities. Maybe quarantine itself had been meditation, collective mindfulness, a once-in-a-generation opportunity.
Fucking use it, okay? Use it to do all the things that you've wanted to do, but you haven't had time for.
If we could be doing anything with our time, what would we be doing?
By stripping away all responsibilities that we had set for ourselves, we were able to actually see what mattered.
this time allowed us to articulate what we really wanted to pursue, to be honest with ourselves.
So, self-development?
To course correct. Would we have landed here otherwise?
Don't let your stubbornness and your determination get in the way of you being teachable.
Among all the devastation that this pandemic has caused, we're counting our blessings, understanding of how fortunate we are to be able to see this entire experience in such an optimistic way. We're thankful for the balance and the well-needed mental clarity.
It's been amazing to see people collectively working through this experience, although alone at home together. Who knows how long it'll take before our economy recovers, or how long it'll take before our spirits recover. When this is all over, we're all gonna celebrate. We'll all dance. We'll all be more familial and more understanding.
And more loving, with a realignment of our priorities and an appreciation of our time and our relationships.
See you guys next week.
Hold up.
If you enjoyed videos like this one that focus on mental health and self-development, hit the subscribe button for a brand new video each week.
Do we need to socially distance from our pets?